has happened is in many ways unprecedented. One will have to go back 45 years ago to the year 1975 when an incident like this had happened where there was loss of life at the India-China border. But a similar incident played out yesterday night where 3 Indian army personnel, including 1 army officer, lost their lives. And also to give us more perspective as to how all of this will now play out, we are joined in by defence expert Rajnath Srivastava, who is joining us on this broadcast on WION. Mr. Srivastava, let me begin by asking you this, because this in many ways is unprecedented. Something that's not happened in decades has played out. Do you think this was an inadvertent incident, a mistake? Is that what has happened, or was something tactical that was attempted here? Because quite clearly, something like this has not happened in decades in this standoff between India and China.
I would say this, Saleh, that, we really do not know what has happened on ground, and we have the official statement of the Ministry of Defence to tell us at this point of time that there was a clash, and we have lost a commanding officer and we have lost 2 ORs. That's the official statement. But to read meanings into it and say whether it was a pre-planned action or it was spontaneous is very difficult to say. We should not speculate on it. But definitely the tempers have been rising high for a long time, as we all know. But the thing is this, that India and China have not been using any weapons to harm each other. But at the same time, it cannot be denied that there has been use of force, whether it has been by using, whatever natural resources are available, boulders or stones, or whether it has been by fisticuffs or, physical combat. Well, engagement has been there. I cannot say at this point of time, nobody can say at this point of time whether it was spontaneous or it was premeditated.
But the timing of an incident like this, leading in loss of life, at a time when the 2 sides were negotiating, at the time when they were in talks at the military level, at the diplomatic level, an incident like this happens, which is quite clearly, going up the escalation ladder. At the time when the 2 sides were disengaging from the standoff at the Galwan Valley, an incident like this plays off. Does it not make you look at this incident with a lot of suspicion?
I would go with what you are saying in a manner, because escalation does not happen on the Chinese side without, I would say, some kind of a concurrence up the ladder from the, whether it could be from Beijing or it is from the higher headquarters. Unlike the Indian Army, which is very disciplined in not engaging in any provocative behavior. But having served alongside China at some point of time many years back, and having led many long-range patrols at the India-China border, I am aware of the fact that an escalation of a situation, as far as Chinese are concerned, never happens without a nod from the higher headquarters. Definitely there has been a nod from the higher headquarters, and the way the disengagement was happening, it is possible that the disengagement could also have led to the narrative that China is trying to play internally go wrong.
Absolutely,
and that China is...
Absolutely, indeed. And Mr. Srivastava, because I'm short on time, I just want to get your opinion on this. A lot of people would be looking at this standoff and they would say that a resolution of this standoff would be the status quo that existed in the month of April. How willing do you think China would be to go back to the status quo of the month of April?
I'm not sure whether they would like to go back to the month of April or is it even before that. But whenever it's going to happen, it's not going to happen today or tomorrow. It's going to happen in a very gridded manner because China would definitely like to use this opportunity to let's say, advance the narrative that they are already doing in their domestic politics and take the focus away from the problems that they're facing, both on the COVID side as well as on the economic side. And this is something that they were looking for, so that they could disengage in a manner that they would have felt correct. And India's military as well as the diplomatic offensive had caught them sort of off guard, because this is not the kind of response that they're used to getting from India.
All right. We'll have to leave there. Thank you very much indeed, Rajnath Srivastava, for joining us and getting us all those insights into this very important developing story.